everyone. Welcome to Midpoint. Hopefully I can bring you a little bit of encouragement today, and just kind of want to share something that happened in the last few weeks that sometimes we take for granted, and when you really see these things start to work and start to happen, it can just be an eye opener, and it can help you to see that God's truly moving. Amen. I love song lyrics. Just sometimes the meaning of them, it takes a long time for you to realize what that actual song is meaning, or what it can mean for you in your life. And so I kind of want to talk about a little bit about that today. One of the songs that I really love is Waymaker, and the way the song just describes so many of the things that people are going through, and so many of us don't realize that we have direct communication with the Waymaker, the Promise Keeper, the one who's there to help us through everything. Amen. A couple weeks ago, church was dismissed on a Sunday, and my wife and my granddaughter were walking back to the house, and my granddaughter asked my wife, she said, "Do you ever have fear and then peace at the same time?" Well, as they discussed this, my granddaughter told her what had happened, that she had woke up a few nights before, or a couple weeks before. She had woke up in the middle of the night in a bad dream, and she woke up and she was in fear. She was scared. So she said that what she did was, she started talking to God, and he laid a song on her heart, but she didn't know the words to the song. Now, this is middle of the night. Like I said, she's scared from her dream. She starts singing this song, and she said, but she was able to sing the entire song. The words kept coming to her. And she said, as soon as she was done with it, she said a feeling of peace overcame her body and overcame her mind, and she was able to get back to sleep with no worries. Now, what hit me with that whole conversation from when my wife told me about it was at the end of that my granddaughter at 13 said, "I think that is how God speaks to me, through song." How many of us are like that? How many of us can have somebody right there in our face telling us the same exact thing, but sometimes it takes it a different way, in a melody, perhaps. Waymaker says, "Even when I can't see it, you're working. Even when I can't feel it, you're working." Now, I want to tell you another story, and this is another story with my granddaughter. I realized one day, kind of watching her during a service, that she spends a lot of time looking down or on her tablet. But she is in church every service with us. And instead of saying anything, I just, she's still there. She's still there listening. And here's where God showed me that even when I don't see it, he's working. Even when I don't feel it, he's working. Just a few days ago, we had a big day planned. I had a lot to do, a lot of stuff to do, and I had a pain in my lower back that just would not go away. It was catching. It was a lot of pain, a lot more than I like to deal with on a day where I can't just lay around and deal with it. And so I walked out of the bedroom, and I told my wife how bad my back was hurting, but I walked out of the bedroom and I got to the kitchen, and my granddaughter seen the pain that I was suffering. And she said, "Pop, what's wrong?" And I was like, "Oh, nothing, I'm okay." She goes, "No, something's hurting you." And I told her, I said, my back's hurting. Something's wrong with my back. And I thought nothing of it. And I started to walk away, but she began to follow me. And when I stopped, she laid her hand on my lower back. And she began to pray and speak Jesus over my lower back. And I'm going to tell you right now that I could feel the difference the instant she started praying over me. I start feeling bad because I'm worried about her being on her tablet in church. But yet, here in the last few weeks, God has showed us that even when we don't see it, He's working. Even when we don't feel it, He's working. I'm watching this 13-year-old realizing that God speaks to her in song. I'm watching this 13-year-old realizing that she's got the power of Jesus Christ in her hand, and she's got the authority to get rid of sickness and illness and pain. And not only is she realizing she's got it, she's using it as well. And I just want to encourage you today that sometimes you don't see Him there, whether it's in your own life or someone else's life. Sometimes you think, why do I even go to church and get the kids ready and get them there? They're just coloring, or they're not even paying attention. The Word is getting in. Let me tell you, the Word is getting into those kids and into their hearts. And I'm going to tell you, having a 13-year-old that believes fully in the power of God praying for you is one of the best things you can have. It's one of the best things you can have. I hope this has brought you some encouragement today, because I'm going to tell you what, over the last couple of weeks, it's definitely brought me a lot of encouragement, knowing that, like Proverbs 22:6 says, if you bring them up in the ways of the Lord, when they're old, they will not depart from it. Let's right now, our prayer focus for this month is kids. And let's just pray that our kids begin to see the light of Christ, that they can shine. And the power of Jesus Christ that they can use, and the authority that they have, even at the age of 6, at the age of 3, at the age of 10, 13. Keep them believing it, because what that does is it brings them into the adult life of more and more people knowing, experiencing, and using the power of God daily. Amen. I hope this has brought you some encouragement. Thank you for joining us. Share this with somebody that you know could use it. If you don't know anybody, there's somebody on your timeline that probably could. Just hit that little share button, and let's get this midpoint out there. Amen. Have a blessed day.